Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Destiny Mendoza, and today I will be talking about communicating to get a job. Imagine finding your dream job, submitting an application, and never hearing back. In many cases, the difference between getting hired and getting overlooked is not an experience, it's communication. Today, I'm going to inform you about communicating to get a job. Specifically, I will discuss about how professional communication through resumes, interviews, and workplace etiquette can help applicants stand out to employers. Whether you're looking for your first job, a summer job, or a future career, the communication skills you learn today will help you make a positive first impression and increase your chances to be hired. So, for my first point, your resume is usually the very first form of communication between you and your employer. Before you ever meet someone in person, your resume introduces who you are. So, for example, I have this resume. So, before there's a weak one where all you do is add your basic information. So, what you shouldn't do is just say looking for a job to make money. What you should say is a professional summary of how you are seeking an opportunity to contribute to this professional team. For your education, you shouldn't just say you went to college. You should say what degree you have and what specifics. And for your skills, you shouldn't just say good at talking. You can say something like effective communication or active listening. All right. As a professional, your resume should be organized, easy to read, and free of spelling grammar mistakes. It should include your own education and work experience, skills, and contact information. Many employers spend less than a minute looking at a resume before deciding whether or not to continue reading. Alright, so communication begins long before an interview. Your resume is your first opportunity to communicate professionalism. Now that we've discussed how a resume creates first impression, let's talk about what happens after you're invited to an interview. Alright, so for point 2, communication during an interview, many people become nervous during interviews, but practicing common communication skills beforehand can help build confidence. So, right here, I have a few tips on communication of what they will usually ask on your interview. So, specific questions can be like, tell me about yourself. They usually ask this because they want to learn how you present yourself, or what are your strengths. They want to see what makes you a strong candidate, or what are your weaknesses. They want to know if you are self-aware and want you to improve. All right. So one of the most important communication skills is eye contact. Eye contact shows confidence, honesty, and respect. Another important skill is active listening. Listening carefully to each question before answering. Do not interrupt the interviewer and take a moment to think before you respond. Professionalism, body language is another form of communication. Sit up straight, smile naturally, shake hands, and if appropriate, maintain a good posture through the interview. Alright, and so right here, I'm going to show a picture of professional attire. So this usually includes a blazer, tidy hair, slacks, and a white button-up. Dress neatly and appropriately, and avoid overly bright colors. At the end of an interview, thank the interviewer for their time. A simple thank you can leave a positive, lasting impression. Once you have been hired, communication continues at play an important role of every day. Professionalism at communication is my third point. Getting to the job is only the beginning. Professionalism communication helps employees build trust with coworkers and supervisors. So I have a picture of the interview. All right, and so Good workplace communication includes arriving on time, listening carefully, speaking respectfully, asking questions when needed, and working well with others. Employers value employees who can communicate clearly because a good communication helps solve problems and prevent misunderstandings. Professional communication is also includes email etiquette, answering phone calls professionally, and responding respectfully to coworkers and supervisors. These communication skills not only help you keep your job but increase opportunities that promotes career growth and opportunities. All right, so for our 2 books today, the first one is Professionalism, Communication at Work, Interpersonal Strategies for Career Success by Dale Carnegie. And our second book is How to Win Friends with Influence and People by Joseph L. Alright, so the first book is a book that discusses how professionalism, communication skills such as networking, listening, and building credibility can help people obtain jobs and become successful employees. The second book is a book that explains how communication, listening, and building positive relationships can improve success in a job and interviews. All right, thank you for listening. Does anyone have any questions?
No.